The thing is, you can't hate yourself into the life that you will love.
What is the meaning of solitude for you?
Loneliness is you constantly want somebody. But solitude is I don't care if I have too many people around me as long as I have me. The world we are living in has made us so dumb that we don't even have the control over our own habits.
But don't you think the choice is with us always?
You think that you have people, but you don't.
Why do you think so many people today are surrounded by people still feel deeply alone?
If you keep doing what other people expect you to do, you will lose yourself eventually. You won't even recognize who have I become.
How can someone tell the difference between what they truly want and what society has programmed them to want?
If I achieve this, I'll be happy. If I get the partner, I'll be happy. That is what society does to you. There were moments I could not do anything but hate myself so completely.
If someone feels their mind is constantly influenced by other people's opinions, how can they reclaim their mental independence?
This not good enough feeling never goes away. As I say, people are not ambulances. They can't be there for you 24/7.
We live in a world where people are surrounded by thousands around them and still feel completely alone. Why does this happen? Maybe the real problem is not loneliness. Maybe the real problem is that nobody ever taught us how to be alone. So we grow up chasing people, relationships, validation, anything to escape our own silence. But what if learning to be alone is actually the beginning of real emotional freedom? Today, on the PVT show, we sit with the very awesome Renuka Gavrani, author of the best-selling book, The Art of Being Alone, to explore a question many of us quietly struggle with. Is solitude something to fear, or is it the first step to truly knowing yourself? Let's go and meet Renuka.
Hi, I'm Renuka Gavrani, and you're watching me on the PVT Show podcast.
Renuka, welcome to the PVT show podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Wonderful. How are you?
I am very well. I am precisely very excited because this is like a very young author sitting in front of me, and I'm looking forward to a lot of insights that people can take back from this conversation. Want to start with a very difficult question, but that is how a good author is to be revealed to public, right? What is the meaning of solitude for you?
For me, solitude is home. It's exactly how you will feel when you are around your mom. It's the feeling of comfort. It's knowing that you don't lack anything, that you don't have to have anyone around you. It's knowing that there is so much beauty and stillness and dream and exciting ideas in your own mind that you want to explore it. And once you experience that kind of solitude, you never want to go away from it. And I think there's a huge difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is you constantly want somebody. You constantly want to fill that void inside you. And it can also happen when you are around people. You can have the perfect partner, you can have a bunch of friends, and still at the end of the day, if you come back home and the only thing you can think about is, I wish I had somebody, then that's loneliness. But solitude is, I don't care if I have too many people around me as long as I have me, as long as you feel at home in your body, in your heart. That to me is solitude.
Wow. We need to decode this at greater length. This is the first book that I am coming across in which the acknowledgements are starting with, this book wouldn't have been possible without my support.
Yeah,
How amazing is that?
it is. I am not shy, or I'm not going to play humble when I say that I literally did everything I could to fulfill my dreams, and I'm going to take the credit for it. I'm not going to play humble when it comes to that. If I want other people to support me, love me, applause for me, I have to do that to myself first. So what you don't give to yourself, you don't get from the people around you as well.
Is it the emotional cup being empty or full? Is it the same theory?
Kind of, yes.
How do you decode that in your life, in your personal life?
See, I think you have to give yourself everything that you desire. Otherwise, no matter where it comes from, if the love is coming from the person you don't want it from, it's never going to be enough, right? As they say. And exactly as I feel that if you don't give that love to yourself, it doesn't matter how many people love you, how much they, try to support you, encourage you, you will never be able to see it. So a lot of people say, okay, my friends don't love me, my parents don't understand me, I have this kind of a problem in my relationships. And I say, in that case, the first thing you have to do is you have to evaluate your own relationships with yourself. Majority of the cases, when you are feeling so hollow in your own heart and you have not given the validation, the encouragement to your own self, you will try to knock everyone's door and it will never be enough for you. So it's very important that you give everything that you desire to yourself. Otherwise, it's like it's never enough.
At what point does learning from the world turn into losing your own voice? Do you think your own voice can diminish at times?
Obviously, of course, yes. See, especially in this era where we are living surrounded by the noise of social media, every other person has an input. Every other person wants to tell you how you should live your life, what you should wear, how you should eat, what your body should look like. And if you ask somebody about even the political opinion, religious opinion, economical opinion, all of these people will have the same ideas that they saw on social media. If you ask these people, okay, how did you come to this conclusion, there is no theory, there's no research. There's, okay, I watched that reel so it made sense, or my friend told me this so it made sense. You lose your voice because you listen so much of other people's opinion that you never get to sit. And people don't have a habit of sitting with themselves. You don't sit with yourself and you don't evaluate at the end of the day, okay, how many opinions you have, kind of consumed, and what is your opinion on certain matters. So we are living in a kind of a situation where every second every person has something to tell you about your body, about your hair, about your food, about who you should worship, who you should kind of bash on social media. In that kind of a situation, have you ever, thought about, okay, what I think about these things, what I want to do, what are my opinions? We never evaluate our own opinions. We just kind of consume in a very dumb way, constantly doom scrolling, and we never ask ourselves, okay, is it helping me? Do I really want to be doing it? If you ask a person whose screen time is like 5 hours, 6 hours, ask any person, do you really want to doom scroll this much? And the answer is no. Then why are you doing it? The social media or the world we are living in has made us so dumb that we don't even have the control over our own habits. Then how is it that we will have the control over our own voice?
Mm. But don't you think the choice is with us always? There is a free will. We can choose
There's
to
never the
watch.
free will, it's how we are trained.
Explain me this.
The free will is like a very tricky concept.
Mm.
The schools you go to, the teachers you had, the parenting you had, it will all decide the kind of conclusions or thoughts or opinions you will have. And those thoughts and opinions will decide the kind of choices you make. And those choices will become your habit, and habit makes a person.
Mm.
And then people say, okay, but it's very difficult for me to break bad habits. It's not very difficult for you to break bad habits. It's difficult for you to break the pattern. And that pattern is like your entire life. What your parents taught you, what your teachers taught you, what you keep seeing on social media. We think we have free will, but do we really? Do we really have the um, freedom to see what we are seeing on social media? It's all propaganda based. The government of any kind, whether it's foreign government, Indian government, India ke bhi jo, oppositions, and they will decide what you do, what you see, and you think that you have free will, but you don't.
How does one break this loop? You're absolutely right. Bang on.
There is no breaking it. There is like complete escaping it. Even though like my bread and butter comes from social media mainly, I would say that if I was not on social media, if my earning was not coming from social media, or if I didn't have to rely on social media to market my book, I wouldn't be there, because it's making all of us really, really dumb. So instead of thinking about how we can skip this loop, just like completely delete these platforms from your phone, or be at least very mindful of what and who you consume.
Correct.
Because what you consume creates you. So what you are consuming. It's like constant doom scrolling of nachna or kisi ka faltu jokes and all of that. How is it really helping you? And then we will blame the government, then we will blame our education system that it is not helping us find the right jobs or it is not helping us become the kind of person that we want to, right? It's like saying ki India is a very dirty country and we don't have civic sense. So wo civic sense kaun leke aayega? We will take that. We will make our country clean.
Yeah.
The people who say कि Indians don't have any civic sense, these are the people जो रास्ते में कचरा फेंकते हैं, and it's very easy to then say that India is a very dirty country.
Yeah.
तो foreign को clean कौन कर रहा है? वहाँ पे जो लोग रहते हैं वो इंडिया को कौन क्लीन करेगा? जहाँ हम लोग यहाँ पे रहते हैं हमको ही करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सिमिलरली हमारी जो लाइफ है उसको क्लीन करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज ऑन अस. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि वो एकदम से गवर्नमेंट रूल बना देगी कि ना आज से सोशल मीडिया बैन है and you have free will, you do whatever you want, the system is kind of all cleared now, it's like a very beautiful place to live. The ideal situation never happens. We make it for ourselves, we curate and cut and fix our life accordingly. It's very easy to kind of blame it on the system or on social media also.
Or for that matter, sometimes your surroundings and parents also. Do you think youngsters today, they really go and question parents on parenting and what have you done for us?
See, no doubt there are people whose parents were, toxic to them, but that's a very, very small percentage of people. And despite what people say, actually, love is when you do your best for somebody. Our parents actually did their best for us. Their intent was good. They did what they knew was love was. Like, according to them, whatever their definition of love was, they gave us that. So definitely you can sit down and have a decent conversation with your parents. But if you think that you are going to read a book and quote some lines from that book and quote trauma or whatever this kind of thing is to your parents and say that, okay, you ruined me or you did this to me, that's not going to work. Your parents didn't do anything to you. That is like for the majority of the people. Surely some people must have had bad experiences, but for majority of us, what you can learn from your father is hard work. I can bet that people who are watching this podcast, majority of these people, their fathers actually built everything from the scratch.
Correct.
So you learned everything from your father, and you say that your father gave you trauma, but you didn't learn hard work from your father. You didn't learn discipline from your father.
So again, the choice is
The choice is us. The choice is with us, what we choose to take from our parents. It's not like a perfect तो कोई भी नहीं है. If I say, people say that, okay, you are so good in my comment section, all of that. Surely I have hurt people in my life. Surely I have been a bad friend to my friends, obviously. But that doesn't mean कि अब मैं friendships तोड़ दूंगी. अब I can't be with these people. So it's very common to bash brown parents on social media and make fun of how they raised us. But I think they did what they could. According to them,
At their
whatever was
best.
best, they did. But I can bet that when you start to take responsibility of your life and you realize that how much you have been ruining your own life, you will realize your parents didn't do anything.
Social media possibly happened, it just became what it is a few years ago. Where do you see youngsters moving in a direction which they should not? It has just happened that social media has become so much a part of our lives. So what is it that earlier generations did, and what is it that this generation is lacking to do? Precisely.
I think responsibility, taking accountability for your life. Earlier generation had no option. Like India was still in the developing stage. Earlier generation didn't have as many options as we have now. They only had the option of building their own life with whatever it is available to them.
Yeah.
And now with our generation, the options are too many. And apparently everybody has trauma and everybody has some sort of issues and everybody is blaming somebody for their problems, but not themselves. It's like, I could not achieve this because my parents were not supportive. I could not do that because, my friend said this to me. I cannot do it because I have trauma. It's like everybody has trauma. Everybody has somebody to blame. Why is it that we are not taking accountability for our own life and saying, okay, whatever happened, I am now going to make a very beautiful life for myself. That is self-love. Like, I don't care the background I come from. I don't care what my parents, my friends, my teachers, whoever did what to me. Now it is my responsibility to give everything that I want to myself. We don't do that. Like, a lot of us have a very whiny personality. We like to complain a lot, and we like to think that taking a healing course from some kind of a spiritual teacher will automatically change our life.
I'm very
That is the
happy that you are saying all this. Coming from a very young person is very important. Okay, help me understand, why do you think so many people today are surrounded by people still feel deeply alone?
Because we do a lot of things that we don't want to be doing.
Like,
A lot of people I see saying yes to, alcohol, cigarettes, or casual dating just because everyone else around them is doing it. I was recently asked, okay, it's a very personal thing, but I have to reveal it because it just fits very well with this
Sure.
thing. I was recently asked that why were you never in a relationship? So I said, I don't want any lukewarm version of anything. I want something like that's very passionate, right? But the same thing, if you asked other people, it's like
the FOMO of
the
not,
FOMO.
right?
It's like, okay, everyone else is doing it, so let me do it as well.
Right.
So for earlier generation, what happened was if you didn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you were the good kid. And now if you don't have
Totally.
a boyfriend or a girlfriend, now you're like the Benji type, or like
Yeah.
what is wrong with you? So if you don't have a girlfriend, nobody wants you. If you don't have a boyfriend, nobody wants you. There must be something wrong with you. What are you doing with your life? I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I've specifically mentioned this in my book as well. People keep asking me, it's like, what is wrong with you? Why don't you drink? How will you live your life? That is how you live your life. If you don't drink, you will never get to experience the world. You will never get to experience the wildness of life. And I say, yeah, there are more important things in life, and there are other ways to live
Yeah.
wildly than just to drink. So that is why it's like, if you keep doing what other people expect you to do, or if you keep doing just to fit in, you will lose yourself eventually. You won't even recognize who have I become. And that is why this loneliness comes from. You don't realize who you have become, and you know that this is not who you are or you want to be. That's why this emptiness. And you try to keep filling this void by being around people so that you don't have to feel those feelings. But eventually there will come a day where you have to sit with your feelings, and you will have to understand what kind of life you were leading, and if there's something that you can do to change now yourself, or the kind of life that you are building for yourself.
So what I'm understanding from you is that if you are trying very hard to fit in,
Yeah,
you are not going to come back home feeling good.
exactly.
And if you are of the type who's getting happiness by doing what the world is doing, maybe you will come back saying that this is a good life. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
trying to say? How does one understand this inner self?
See, everything, you can understand things only when you do them, and you can explore things definitely to see if you like them or not. You can try alcohol to see if you actually like them or not. But you can also have a very, strong belief that I don't want to try it.
Yeah.
But if you try it and you realize, okay, this is not for me, this is not for me. It's like your opinion should be very strong. You're not doing it just to know that now you will be invited to a certain party. When I was doing my job, I was often excluded from the office parties, the unofficial official parties, because office parties, because they knew that I didn't drink,
Yeah.
and that I will be the sober one, and I was the one they will make jokes on. I will say, ठीक है तुम्हारे लिए तो दूध की बोतल बेच लेंगे. I'm like, who are you making these jokes on? तुमने अपना लीवर भाई रेंट पे चढ़ाया हुआ है, and you're laughing on me. So it's like the world is such a place that you can't live without somehow compromising with your values. And if you don't compromise with your values, you have to be mentally so strong that you're okay with all these kinds of stupid comments.
How
And if you
does
have a
one
very-
become mentally strong? Very good point.
You become mentally strong by going through a lot of maybe bullies in college or your office time, or you experience a lot of these kinds of comments, and then you realize ki either you are going to give in, or you are going to have the personal independent choice of making, okay, I don't want to be like them. And that happens when you read a lot.
Good point. Yeah.
You have to read a lot to understand that you are not the only one who is making these kinds of choices. So a lot of people read my book and they said, okay, you don't drink, you don't smoke, and when you mentioned this thing on your book, I felt less lonely. So I think that happens a lot when you read a lot, and when you try to be, again, when you take responsibility for your life and you're very consistent with the actions that you take for building your dream life. So See, a weak person is not the one who is mentally weak or emotionally weak or physically weak. It's the person who does not do anything. तो उसको manipulate करना बहुत आसान होता है, right?
जैसे
See, if you don't do anything,
you mean career-wise?
career-wise, any-wise, like if you're not doing physically anything, like
Correct.
physically you're not active, I will manipulate you into like eating any kind of food that I want. And
Correct.
there are people who are good manipulators. I have met those people, and there are books on how to manipulate people as well.
Give me example of good manipulation which people would not even know.
I don't know, like if somebody says ki, okay, let's go for lunch outside, just because they don't want to eat let's say you live in a PG setup and they don't want to eat the PG ka khana, and they'll say, let's eat outside today. And you say no. You say, no, I know a very great place and I will pay.
Oh.
So you'll say yes. The kind of problem with these kinds of people is that the people who manipulate is that they want to bring you down to their level.
Correct.
And these kinds of people, they believe that they are better than you, or at least they believe that whatever they are doing, there's nothing wrong with it. So if like a person who drinks a lot, they don't believe that there is anything with drinking a lot. And I'm not saying if it is or not, right? But if a person thinks that there's nothing wrong with drinking a lot, they know deep inside that it is wrong, but they don't want to believe it. And so if you are around this kind of a person, believe me, one day or the other, you will start drinking.
Influence.
It's not influence. It's a very good manipulation. It happens. And it happens all the time. It's such soft manipulation by your friends into, making you do something that you originally never wanted to do. And you will think, okay, this person is my friend. This person is just looking after me. But this is just soft manipulation. It's like a friend is coming home and telling her single friend, ki, okay, what a great dating life is, and she should date, and there's this guy, this and all of that. If she keeps saying that enough, you will think, okay, maybe I should try. And it's not like the sweet talks of, okay, you should try. It's like the indirect way of making you do something that you never wanted to do. There are books on it as well,
Robert Greene. The
Robert
OG.
Greene, yeah. And there's this book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think people recommend that book a lot when it comes to building relationships. But that is the last book you want to read if you really want to build relationships. So? It's such a good book on how to manipulate people. Actually, in that book, the author talks about how you can make someone do something without them knowing that you are making them do it. Without, they'll in fact think they want to do your work. So that is how manipulation works, and it happens all the time with everyone. People just don't realize it.
See, human beings are a lot made out of emotions.
Yeah, and that happens, when you are very soft kind of a person, and it's okay to be soft. It's a good thing to be soft. I asked my readers to be soft.
Yeah.
But mentally, you have to kind of be strong enough to know that there are all kinds of people and they are ready to manipulate you.
Acceptance of the surroundings.
Acceptance of the surrounding, yeah.
How can someone tell the difference between what they truly want and what society has programmed them to want? Very similar to what you're saying, but let's decode this for people who feel that who think. See, mostly the manipulators around you are your own inner circle people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How can someone tell the difference?
When you do something because you think that is what you want, but that is actually what the society has expected from you to do, whether it's like, okay, I have to do a master's now, and I have to do MBA, and I have to do it from a good college, and I have to get a good job, and I have to get married, and all of these things. They give you at one place, they give you a very settled vibe that, okay, if I achieve this, my life will be sorted. You will constantly have this feeling, if I achieve this, my life will be sorted. If I do MBA, I'll get the job. If I get the job, I'll be happy. If I get the partner, I'll be happy. That is what society does to you. It makes you believe that there's one day that will make you happy if you do this particular thing. And it also makes you very dumb because you're just following a script.
Correct.
And you never feel this kind of excitement and enthusiasm kind of building up in your body. You never feel it's one thing to feel afraid, and it's one thing when that fear and excitement is building up and you actually feel something, some energy is kind of, running inside your body. It's like you want to pee every 10 seconds. When an idea comes in my head and I know that this is what I want to do, it's like my body is not in my control. I have to do something. There's so much energy. If I don't channel that energy out, something will happen inside my body that will not be in my control. That is what happens when you do what you want to do.
Correct.
And it's very unconventional path. So obviously you are afraid, but you know that, okay, this is actually something that sounds right. Society's idea of whatever you want to be doing, it's like XYZ and then happiness. XYZ and then you are a good guy. XYZ and then you are a good daughter. That is what society wants you to do, you know, follow a script. So when you follow a script, obviously the results are delayed and you know that if I do this, then I'll be happy. But when you follow your own script, you don't have a script because you just have an idea. You're just chasing a feeling and it's stupid and it will make you feel stupid. It'll be like, what the hell am I doing? And you will feel like, you know, you are left behind. When I started pursuing my writing career, all of my friends usually had job. Like they were doing pretty good in their job. And I decided to quit corporate and I decided that I only want to focus on my writing career. And I shifted back with my parents. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to do any job. Even if I don't make any money, my father makes enough money to at least feed me 3 times. And that is enough for me until I make good enough money for my own self from my writing career.
Correct.
So all of these things, like shifting back with your parents and then quitting corporate and not knowing when your writing career will take off, because majority of the writers, they are in their 30s or 40s or 50s, or some writers even die and then their work take off. If you have that kind of courage and if you have that kind of stupidity just to chase a feeling, then you are doing something that you truly want. Otherwise, you're just following a script. So it's worth asking yourself, what am I doing? Does it really make me happy? Does it really excite me? Like sometimes I can't wait to get up in the morning because I know that I'll be sitting with my coffee and I'll have my laptop and I'll keep writing. So that kind of a feeling, if you have that, then you're following your own heart.
Agree. Most of the people, you know, you're very fortunate, I would say, that you got this direction through your own self. What is the method to get this direction? Most of the people, they need a little bit of program life because then they feel that they can do it. They can achieve something.
Yeah.
When the program is a miss, you know, then you are just left alone. And all that is required is a very strong mind to then guide you. Most don't have the strong mind.
You have a strong mind when you completely and 100% know that this is what I want to do. And how do you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I did BBA because my sister wanted to do BBA and I always looked up to my sister and I thought, okay, she's smart, she has decided to do BBA, I should do it too. But 1 year and I realized, 1 year in college and I realized that this college is like completely messed up. I can't rely on these people. And second year, COVID happened. So like the first 1.5 year of my college, I was trying everything. Like I tried event management, I tried doing HR internship online, which I got through my professor. I tried everything possible in my eye because I thought, I called my mom multiple times. I said, I'm going to do UPSC. I told her the next week that I'm going to do MBA from a very good college so I can get a good job. And then a year later, I decided that I want to do MBA, but in IBS, that's international business, right? And I even reached out to the toppers of the, university because I watched some of their old interviews on YouTube. So every time I did something, I was like, okay, this is what I'm made for. This is what I should be doing. So you have to explore a lot.
What was your mom's reaction every time you called and said, now this is what I'm going to do?
At first, 2-3 times, she was like, okay. And third time, 4th or 5th time, she was like laughing at me. So it's like, you have to decide once. You have to decide what you want to do. I actually, when we used to sit, all my friends and I, they all knew what they wanted to do, you know. They all had ideas about their life. And I used to be so still. I was like, I wish I knew what I want to do with my life. So I used to be on YouTube and searching, how can you find the purpose of your life? And I would watch videos after videos, but there was no definite answer to it. Like, I can't give you a definite answer that if you do this and then this and then this, then you'll know your purpose.
Exactly.
There's no way to know exactly to know this is what you want to be doing. Or I thought, I wish I had, strict parents so they could, impose a choice on me.
Do this.
And then I would do it because I'm a very hardworking person. I just don't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then COVID happened and I took this writing course and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But then again, I gave it up and again, I picked it up and I thought, okay, I'm going to be the best copywriter in the world. And again, I reached a lot of people from the same industry who were doing really great in the copywriting industry. I read all the books and I did 2 jobs. And my second job was so toxic. She kept telling me that you can never be a writer and all of that. So I quit that job.
Okay, this is for that. You know, these toxic people are very important in your life.
But,
They give you direction. I
they gave me
believe
direction, yeah. But, when I was doing my second job or even before that, I thought that I hated long form writing. I cannot write an article.
so.
You can't make me do it. I like copywriting. It's like,
One line,
one-liners.
punchlines.
Yeah, exactly. The taglines or the ads. I can do that. I was very passionate about it. But that dream got shattered with my second job. And then came a long period of unemployment.
Let's
And-
stick to the toxic person. That is going to help a lot of people. What are your thoughts when you're seeing that person on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, it completely shatters you. I had no confidence left. When I went for this job, I was so confident. I was like, I am the best copywriter in the world.
Correct.
Like I didn't think I will be one day. I was like, I already am. Whatever I write, it's amazing, it's beautiful. That is what my thinking was. But when I started working there 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and 4 months later, I was like, I cannot write. I should just sit at home and maybe my parents will find me a guy and I'll marry. That is a good
Self-esteem
option.
became zero.
Exactly. Like I hated to even wake up. I used to wait for Saturday because Saturday, Sunday is off. So I would be happy Friday evening. But by Sunday evening, I would be so depressed because I knew that I have to wake up. And every morning, there were 3 of us only. It was a very small digital
Boutique.
marketing agency kind of a thing. So every morning I used to be like completely mentally crying with the tears are not there because it's like a daily thing. So I would wake up and I'll join the team. I'll join the meeting because the first thing in the morning we'll have the meeting, and I would cry because first thing in the morning she'll yell at me, and after she has yelled at me, I'll cry and then be back at my work. And I was so scared every time I did something because I was like, what if she doesn't like it? What if she doesn't like it? And that is what happens with when your confidence is not good. Your entire life revolves around what if, not just in your career. What if people don't like me? What if my hair is not good? What if my face is not good? Why is this person with me? They don't like me. It still happens to me. Like, I still think that why would anyone read my work? I still think that people who follow me, why do they follow me? Like, I'm so mediocre. I'm not good. So that happens a lot when you have experienced this kind of a thing. Or if you were like raised.
You mean it's like a trauma that remains in the head somewhere?
Somewhere, yeah. Or I actually, when I was a kid, I wrote this specifically in my book as well, that when I was like very small, 9 or 8, there was a death in my family, and one of my aunt was saying that, she doesn't look good. Her sister looks really good. If she was fair, she would have looked good. And that stayed in my head. And up until I was like 12, after my graduation, it started feeling a little confident.
This was said in your presence?
No,
to you?
Not in my presence. I overheard them. So
That's
it's not
right.
eavesdropping, but I was just passing by,
Yeah.
so I heard them. Yeah.
But they plan it. These are the manipulators. They plan it in a way that it should reach you.
So these are the people, like, we have to understand that these aunties that we make fun of, the thing is that they never had anything of their own. You will not talk about anyone like this, right? You have your own life. You have read. You have experienced the world. Why would you talk about somebody like this? But if you're just sitting ideal and you have nothing to do and all you have experienced is, these kinds of gossips, then that is the only thing you know how to do. And that is the only way you can feel this hit of excitement in your body. We have like numerous ways to feel that. But those aunties, like, they were married off very young. They didn't have their parents. They didn't have girlfriends. They didn't have besties. They didn't have anything. They didn't even have their, husbands. They just have people they live with. And then they just, gave birth and now their
But-
entire life.
Renuka, you're so intelligent. Why did you not just delete that thought and say, this auntie, I don't have to listen?
You can't delete any thought, There is no single
Replace
person.
it with a better thought?
You can see the replacement doesn't work like, okay, I'm going to sit in meditation and I'm going to
No.
replace this thought.
It doesn't.
Right. You replace these thoughts by doing good things to yourself.
Yeah.
And one by one, as you achieve more in life and as you kind of read more and as you learn to look at yourself with the eyes of people who love you, my confidence became a lot better when I was in college. And in second year of my college, I met some really beautiful women in my life. And they kept telling me that you look so good, you look so good, your hair looks so good. I hated my hair. The only thing I wanted as a child was to, long, silky, smooth hair. And now
Let's
I
exchange.
think
These are my favorite hair.
now I love my hair. So
The first thing I told you was,
Yeah.
I love your hair.
right. So it's like that. And also maybe there is something wrong about you,
There's
But
nothing wrong
only
about
because-
anyone.
but only because you don't know how to handle it. So I used to comb my hair bilkul straight and I would tie it and I would look like a complete Benji. That's really an image of it. But then I learned, okay, there is something called as curly girl hair method.
Yes.
So there's a particular way you style this hair. And then I started applying it. And then my hair is what it is now. So
So it's
if
like
you don't like something about you,
discovering yourself to become better.
it's like if you don't like something about yourself, maybe it's true.
Hmm.
Maybe that thing is not good, but not because you are inherently bad, but just because you have not learned how to kind of flaunt it. So instead of saying that my face is not good, my face is not good, my body is not good, why don't you do something about it?
Correct.
Right? And surely there are times when you are just, kind of bullying yourself, hating yourself, accusing yourself of things that are not true. But there are things that you can always improve in yourself instead of reading, healing books.
Now the question comes, everything has to be at a certain stage in a certain limit, then it is good.
Yeah.
So enhancing yourself, your confidence, your verbiage, how you talk, what is your confidence level when you're dealing with external world and how you should be dealing with internal world.
Yeah.
What is your language when you're talking to yourself?
Hmm.
Agreed. But then the youngsters are going and doing everything to look plasticky just to enhance their looks.
But again,
what is your view?
Can we blame them?
We should not blame anyone.
The thing is that, again, as I said, these aunties only knew how to gossip because
Ah.
that is what they were surrounded
Correct.
with. Now these youngsters are only surrounded by perfect bodies.
Correct.
Earlier, that was the case. There were people who hated themselves. There were girls who hated their bodies. But that happened because you knew 15 people. You knew your cousins, you knew some friends, you knew your teachers. And that was the only
Small
circle
number.
of people you knew how to, compare yourself. These were
Correct.
the only few people. Now that circle is so big, it's like world is open to you. Not just India, like entire world is open to you. Now you compare yourself. Everyone is perfect, and it happens to the best of us. It happens to me all the time. That I think, not now, but I used to think, okay, how does she has such a good skin? How does she has such a good skin? Then I started making content. I am seeing myself on camera and thinking, my face doesn't look as good as it is on camera. So I think the youngsters have so many options to compare themselves with that it's not on them. We have too many choices,
On point.
many choices, and it's killing our brain. We were not-
Let's talk about it.
So we were not meant to spend so much time on social media, right? And it's literally not just making us dumb, but mentally ill also. Alzheimer's के cases देख लो आप, किसी भी mentally कोई भी बीमारी होती है, उन सबके cases are on the rise. The kids that are growing up, they are so highly sensitive, and they're very ill-tempered. आप उनसे फोन ले लो and they'll be like shouting all the time. इतने तो मेरी मम्मी चाटा मार देती थी मुझे, और भाई मुझे मार देती थी चाटा. उसको ट्रोल मत करना कि यार मम्मी ने चाटा मार दिया, तो ऐसे तो बच्चों को ट्रीट नहीं करना चाहिए. Because harsh parenting, वो जो थोड़ी सी तो harsh parenting होनी चाहिए. Obviously you won't beat the shit out of your kid.
Correct.
But थोड़ी जो harsh parenting
Yes.
होती थी, that was important कि हमारी मम्मी आंख दिखा देती थी, and we used to be like, okay, we are not supposed to do this. And you're a kid, you don't know what is good for you.
Yeah.
So if your mom is saying something, it's a good thing. But moms नहीं कहती आजकल because वो बच्चा फोन देखे बिना खाना नहीं खाता है. अब वो बच्चा फोन देखे बिना खाना नहीं खाता है, वो बड़ा होगा तो डम भी बड़ा होगा. वो कुछ करने तो वाला है नहीं लाइफ में. फिर वो बोलेंगे कि what's meant to be will be. भगवान की शायद यही मर्जी थी. You get the life that you are supposed to live.
I'm so impressed. How are you so intelligent? Okay, why is sitting quietly with ourselves so uncomfortable for most people today?
Because you suppress a lot of your emotions, and you have been suppressing your emotion for such a long time that now it's like if you sit with your emotions, it's like a flood of these emotions coming on your way, and you don't know what to do with it.
So you're avoiding yourself.
You're avoiding yourself. And again, if you sit with yourself, not just your emotion, you will try to go back in the past and you will try to see, okay, I did this wrong, I could have done this, I could have avoided this mistake, my life would have been different if I hadn't done this, if I hadn't done that. And it just makes you crazy, and you feel like, I want to be with somebody. It not might be like a exact word of your mind that I want to be with somebody, but you will try to call your friends or just be around people, just not be in your own room sitting quietly, because if you sit quietly, there's so much noise in your head that you don't know how to get out of it. You sit
What's the
alone.
solution?
The solution is that you just sit with it and you learn to be very kind to yourself. We're not kind to ourselves, we are kind to the world. If a friend tells me that, okay, she had a bad breakup,
Yeah.
I say, it's not your fault. Even if it's her fault, I'm like, it's not your fault. A beautiful girl like you, oh my God. So we are very kind to strangers, right?
Yeah.
If you ask me to give TED talk to somebody, I will. I'll make that person fall in love with themselves. But can I do it to myself? We can't do it. We are so harsh on ourselves. We don't show kindness to ourselves. And I'm saying this and I feel like a hypocrite because last 9 months I had a knee surgery, and I every day, every night, I keep remembering all those incidents that led me to this situation. I keep thinking, if I hadn't done this, if I hadn't done that. There were moments I could not do anything but like hate myself so completely. I want myself, not myself like but when you are angry with somebody and you're like, you don't person. It's like the hate is so much. So that is how I hated myself so much. It's like, I'm gonna kill myself. How did I do this? How was I so stupid? How did I make so many mistakes?
But this is the most intelligent machine, and
It is.
bodies are becoming better, newer every single day.
Yeah,
Every cell is just
yeah.
getting better.
So see, it's very easy for you to say this to me because we're very kind to strangers.
Yeah.
But would you be so kind to yourself had this happened to you? That is the problem. We don't know how to show the same grace and kindness to ourselves. And again, maybe the situation that you are in, it's bad, but you have no idea what someone else would have done had they been in your shoes. We think that somebody else would not have been so dumb to make this kind of situation. कोई और होता तो वो अच्छे decisions लेता, कोई और होता तो वो ये mistakes नहीं करता, कोई और होता तो उसको पता होता exactly क्या करना होता है. मैं हूँ, मैं ही बेवकूफ़ हूँ, मुझे ही नहीं पता होता, मैं ही गलत लोगों को ट्रस्ट कर लेती हूँ, मैं ही गलत डिसीजन लेती हूँ. बट तुम्हें नहीं पता कि तुम्हारी चॉइसेस और तुम्हारे सर्कमस्टांसेस में दूसरा इंसान भी क्या करता.
Correct.
Right? We don't know this kindness. And the only way out of this is to be very, very gracious and very, very self-forgiving. And just to feel like, जो हो गया वो हो गया. Now
इस
what?
मसल को कैसे build करें? It's a muscle.
It's a muscle, and you do it
How do you
with
build
practice.
this?
You do it with practice. So see, if you read any typical self-help book or motivational book,
This can make people build that skill.
I don't know. Maybe. But the thing is that if you read any typical self-help book, motivational book, healing book, उसमें क्या होता है? आपने एक कोट पढ़ा, and they'll tell you, okay, now this will help you heal. यहाँ बहुत सारे यूट्यूबर्स आ गए या इंस्टाग्राम गुरुज आ गए जो सेल्फ प्रोक्लेम कि आई हैव हील्ड माई सेल्फ एंड दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट आई डिड. 3 months and you will become a new version of yourself. And that doesn't happen. It's like a very long journey. It's been like, what, almost a year this happened to me. And still I have these recurring thoughts of, wanting to actually bang my head against the wall because I hate myself so much, because I am the reason I'm in this situation. Right? But every time I have to remind myself that it is what it is. Or things happen the way they were supposed to happen. Sometimes you rely on yourself.
Life can't be perfect all the days.
Again, right. You have to be kind to yourself. And that is like, it's like every day you will want to hate yourself a little more.
Yeah.
But every day you find a reason कि यार मेरी वजह से मेरी लाइफ का ये एक पार्ट है जो बहुत अच्छा है. And if I can do one thing so good, I can do another thing so good as well. It's like self-forgiveness is like, without it, you can't do anything. Without it, you read any book. Without it, you listen to as many podcasts as possible, work out as much as possible, try to build a career. But at the end, you won't feel fulfilled. You'll feel like, okay, something is wrong with me. And that wrong, you have to forgive yourself. Whatever you did, 5 years back, 2 years back, 1 year back, the love, जो तुम नहीं अच्छे से संभाल पाए, maybe a friend you had to let go, maybe a partner जिसके साथ में you made some mistakes, or you let other person, make a fool out of you, or you made any other kind of mistakes, you realize that you did it. Now there is no way out of it. The only way is to, forgive yourself and move on. Because you can be mad like a mad dog, but at the end of the day, you have to let go. Or you can sit with it all your life and you'll be 80 and you'll realize, okay, I could have lived a better life. I could have forgiven myself.
I don't think people with this mindset can reach 80. If someone feels their mind is constantly influenced by other people's
Mhm.
opinions, constantly, which we are getting, right? How can they reclaim their mental independence? Is there any trick with your own learning?
Particularly, what I've realized is that I have seen a lot of people now trying to manipulate me, and I can like very clearly see it. Okay, this particular line was to manipulate me into getting to do something, or you are friends with me, or you're just, saying good things about me because you want to be in my good books. But that happened with two things. A, you meet your share of enough good people. So again, the idea that you are actually feeling कि मुझे कोई यूज करने की कोशिश कर रहा है. So now you are at that stage and you can understand these things. Second thing is that you read a lot of books. A lot of books, because books are the only way to kind of become mentally very strong and to understand what kind of strategies people use.
Good idea. Why do you believe modern life has turned us into consumers of other people's life instead of creators of our own?
Because it helps us fit in. It helps us to, get the acceptance and validation from other people.
Good word.
So,
Validation.
for
What is
example,
validation?
I'm going to say this on like a podcast, and you have, so many subscribers. I have, in my shoe, there's a hole. And I bought these shoes like 2 months back. And I met a person particularly, and he's like, you should replace these shoes. I'm like, I'm not going to replace these shoes because they work very well. I have paid 10,000 rupees just because there's a hole in the shoe. I'm not going to replace this because this is not, damaging me in any way.
But this person is very vigilant. Wow. It's a
Yeah.
skill.
People will notice it and you will feel embarrassed, and so you will go out of your way to replace it and buy another shoe or do another this and that, but you have to question yourself, like, do I really want it, or am I doing it because I want the acceptance, or I don't want people to think this and this about me? I don't care. If you really think I should replace it, give me 10,000 rupees, I'll replace it.
Perfect.
But I'm not going to do it for you. As long as they are comfortable, as long as I can walk with them and I don't have any problem with them, why should I do it?
Yeah.
Because I look like, okay, but you look poor, or people think this way or that way. I say, I don't care.
Yeah.
You
should not care.
The only thing is that I would rather be rich. But see, the thing is, जो लोग rich दिखने की कोशिश करते हैं और जो actually rich होता है, उनमें बहुत बड़ा difference होता है. We were talking about Prashant Desai, right?
Yeah.
He takes train, like जो local train है metro का यहाँ मुंबई का वो, and he was telling me one day कि he met somebody that he knew, and that person also was waiting for his train. He's like, that guy is like 500 करोड़ का आदमी है वो, and वो मुंबई की local train का wait कर रहा है. But local train
होगा ना?
Time
is precious.
Prashant says that he travels via local train because it saves him 1 hour every single day.
Yes.
He has a very great car. He has a lot of money. He has a driver, but he doesn't drive because he wants to save time and he doesn't care about how he looks then.
And that time is deployed in making his health. He's getting more time to be fit.
See, he says, if I get 1 extra hour, that 1 extra hour I devote in reading. So the thing is that a lot of people do it because they want to look rich, they want to look a certain way, they want to fit in a particular category of people, instead of like, okay, I'm saying I don't care about, what your opinion of me are. And that happens when you have confidence, not when your self-confidence is so low that you have to kind of build it with clothes or some kind of superficial and materialistic things.
Correct. So how can someone actually unlearn beliefs that make them feel inadequate? I call it feeling inadequate.
There is only one way you can break these patterns, and that is when you read.
Good books.
Good books, like fiction, non-fiction. In India, में fiction लोग बहुत पढ़ता है because हमको लगता है कि this is not the kind of right market. But not just books. You read articles of people who have long gone from this world, and you read about them, and you realize, okay, that matters more. And it doesn't. Reading doesn't give you ideas. Reading doesn't tell you ki how to break bad patterns or how to not be so superficial that kuch kapde pehniye to you feel better.
Yeah.
When you read, your ideas about the world change. Your interests change. Now you're no longer interested in looking a certain way or being a certain way. You're now interested more in like कि यार अब मैं अगर घर पे बैठी हूँ और मैंने एक plan cancel कर दिया, I can read one more book. Reading makes you so excited and so like it pulls you into another world जो इतना exciting और इतना ज़्यादा fun है that you don't care about the random stuff.
Yeah. But it's
So
very difficult for people to sit and read.
it is because, as J.K. Rowling said, that if you don't like reading books, you have not found the right book. So people are behind reading a book that will help them live a beautiful life, or that will help them in a certain way. So that is why, books like Atomic Habits or How to Win Friends and Influence People or Psychology of Money, all of these
Or
are like very
The Art of Being
popular.
Alone.
They are very big because they promise you something. And you think, if I read that book, it will just solve my problem, but that doesn't happen.
No, but then it is definitely opening some,
It,
lobes in your brain
it is
that will
opening
support you.
yeah, but it's like okay, there are a lot of books that are written by AI now,
Yeah,
and they are like
no.
doing really great in the market. Why? Because these authors are very good with marketing their book on social media. They know exactly what you want to hear, and they will write exactly what you want to hear. So you'll read these books, right? But books is like you're asking yourself, okay, what is something that I need help with? I'm bad with money. So instead of reading Atomic Habits, I will read a book on money. I will read Psychology of Money or any book around it, right? It's like that. So people are like behind reading the books that are very popular on social media instead of asking yourself, okay, what do I want? Maybe you are like okay with whatever your life is, and so like I just want to be entertained.
Correct.
Then you all are like, what is the best fantasy book I can read? What's the best romance book I can read? It's like that. So books को लेके बहुत ज़्यादा cliche इसलिए है because like I want to read a book that can make me successful. So instead of focusing on that, you focus on your area of interest or whatever your problem is. If you think you have a problem with self-confidence, instead of going with the book, okay, find a great article on social media. Then if you think you're now more interested, go deeper into psychology. Go deeper into authors or writers who experience the shame or embarrassment. And you think that, okay, how to break free from this kind of shame. Every person had it and every person struggled with it. Franz Kafka, such a big author now, such a celebrated author now, he died thinking that his work was not good enough, and he specifically requested that my work should be burned down. It was his friend who said, like, okay, I'm going to publish your diaries. It was against his will. And his will, he decided to not publish it because he thought he was not good enough. This not good enough feeling never goes away. Jennifer Aniston, the actress from Friends, such a celebrated actress. Do you think anything wrong with her? We all wanted to be like her. We all wanted to be like her. Her hair, her makeup, her dresses, we all wanted to be like her. And still she said in one of her, award-winning speeches that I still struggle with feeling good enough. I still feel that I am not good. But I'm becoming better at accepting myself. That is the only way, to go about life. So many singers, I've watched their interviews and they're like, I don't know, my camera personality and my real personality is different because in reality, I feel I'm not good enough.
You have written in your book at different places in different ways and using beautiful different words and anecdote also that we always project to be liked by others through validation, and that's why there is this personality that is always in front. But when we come back, we feel alone because that is some other person.
Yeah.
How do you deal with such emotions?
See, first thing is that you have very small confidence. You're like very insecure, and you want to hide it.
One in between question: how does one know that they have, let's say, split representation of themselves? People don't even know this.
True, people don't know this, but it's like you will always try to
fit in.
Not just fit in, but you will, when somebody asks you, okay, why you did this, why you did that, you will try to explain things in length because you're not convincing them, you're convincing yourself. So you try to convince yourself with your actions, with your words, with your thoughts that I am doing it because I like it, not because I want to fit in. So it's very empty feeling. Again, you have to focus a lot on how you feel when you do something. You're just doing it because you want to be perceived a certain way or because you really like it. I have friends, I can't say this on their face, but they go in length, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, telling me why they did what they did. And I can clearly see that you are just trying to convince yourself. You're not actually stating the reason for your action.
Yeah.
You're just giving a long speech, not to me, but to yourself, why you did what you did. Because you need that kind of clean conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll try to convince yourself. Yeah.
But then your friends are going to be very watchful now. You will call them out. This speech is for you, not for me.
Don't
Right?
say this on their face, and I'm not saying any names. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope they watch this conversation. So if someone feels lost and disconnected from their purpose,
Mhm.
which is going to happen because first
Yeah.
of all you have to find your purpose and then
Mhm.
you have to stick and commit to your purpose. What is the first step to rediscover their authentic voice?
The first thing I think is to just go back to things that used to make you happy. So whenever I feel like I'm very disconnected from writing, I feel like I don't want to write, or why should I write? It's not important. And now it's such a long break that I don't even feel like I want to do it anymore. I go back to reading. Because reading again makes me think, okay, I want to write too. And second thing is to be easy on yourself. Instead of focusing on, okay, I have to push myself to do the work, maybe try taking a rest, maybe try resetting your habits, or reshaping the environment around you. Our physical surrounding, our physical environment plays just as important role, right? So you follow the people who
Your
are
tribe.
actually doing the same thing that you are doing, right?
Yeah.
So if you watch people do what you want to do, it'll inspire something in you, or at least you'll be closer to your work. At least you're watching somebody do the work that you want to do.
Correct.
So if not anything else, the closer you are to your work, whether it's you watching it, you're reading about it, you'll feel more inspired. And another thing that works for me is that I sit alone in my room and I consciously sit down to imagine the kind of work I want to be doing and the result afterwards. Like I'll sit down and I'll have my shampoo bottle in my hand and I'll be, giving a thank you speech. When I win a very, beautiful award for my book, and be like, thanks to my readers, thanks to this, thanks to that. And I'll feel like, okay, I want to get back to writing, because otherwise, how will I get this award?
Wow.
So I do that. It's like, I think that if sit down in your room or like consciously try to imagine the kind of life you want to live until you feel this surge of urgency in your body.
Correct.
That, okay, I want to get this, I want to have that.
Mm.
Just be around things that are closer to your purpose. Whether it's through reading, watching, or just, mentally you're rehearsing yourself doing the same thing until you actually feel like, okay, I can do it now, I can do it. And another thing that I think helps a lot is just being physically active.
Let's talk about that.
I think
People will sit and just binge watch the whole day.
So see, there's certain energy that is in our body, and that energy is A, we get from food, and B, it's like the food we eat, the thoughts we consume from other people, and see the ideas that we get. The
Correct.
ideas have their own energy. As I told you, when I get an idea, I feel like something is like building up inside me. So अभी क्या है कि हमने बस खा पी के बैठ के और फोन चला रहे हैं. That energy is not using itself, right? So when you don't use that energy, that energy will manifest itself in negative ways. It's like you don't listen to your ideas in positive ways. That comes via excitement. The ideas will find a negative way to communicate to you. And that is the stress, anxiety, overthinking, always being afraid, like, am I missing out in life? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? The more anxious, stressed, and the more overthinking you are doing, the chances are that you are sitting very idle and not physically active. And physical activeness is not just like कि मैं सुबह ऑफिस जाती हूँ ना, लेकिन that is not physical activeness, because हम एक ही जगह बैठ रहे हैं, हम अपनी mental energy तो use कर रहे हैं, but that physical energy is still stuck in our body. Correct. And that is actually, now science is also proving it कि if you're not using the energy, it will manifest into negative ways. So physical fitness, to me, it's very important. I like going to the gym. I like yoga also, and I am a big fan of walking. Anything happens, I'm like, I'll go for a walk and I'll feel better. So I think, physical fitness helps, because at least if you're physically fit, or you do something physically, you will feel like a part of your life is still in your control. You will feel more energized also. Correct. And you will feel like, okay, there's something that you are good at. If you can't do anything, I say that start with asking yourself, how do you like your coffee? Then ask yourself, how would you want to move your body?
At least question yourself is what you're saying. Sit down with yourself and question yourself.
Yeah, like very simple. How do you like your coffee? Try to enjoy your coffee. Try to indulge in that experience instead of rushing in and thinking, okay, coffee se to bas ek boost chahiye ho jaye. Try to enjoy your coffee. Make it an experience. Make it feel like, it's a sip of heaven on your lips. and then move on to thinking, okay, how do I want to move my body? It could be, yoga, it could be meditation, it could be dancing in your room, anything that makes you happy. Gradually build your life and build it in a way that you don't want to escape it. We are told to build a life that we have to escape, कि 60 के बाद रिटायरमेंट आ जाएगा तब एंजॉय करना। यार मैं पागल हूँ? जब 60 तक मैं यंग हूँ, मेरी बॉडी कुछ भी कर सकती है, तब मैं बेवकूफ़ों की तरह काम करूँ और वो काम जो मुझे करना नहीं है, और उसके बाद मैं एंजॉय करूँ। उसके बाद तो यार नी रिप्लेसमेंट का टाइम आ जाता है, अब क्या एंजॉय होगा?
Knee replacement kabhi bhi ho sakta hai. But I love when you told me, and I'm saying this in this live, that you said I was jumping like a kid. That's what you said, na? And then my patella went for a toss.
Yeah.
रुकावट के लिए खेद है। अगर आपको हमारा कंटेंट और कॉन्वर्सेशंस अच्छे लग रहे हैं तो प्लीज लाइक, सब्सक्राइब एंड शेयर करिए अपने फैमिली मेंबर्स और फ्रेंड्स के साथ। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग।
Okay, question on this. Everybody, that's why we say you have a childlike energy, that you are just jumping and you're enjoying for no reason.
नहीं होनी चाहिए।
नहीं,
होनी चाहिए।
होनी चाहिए. It's okay. Things happen.
Yeah.
That is what we are learning from your book.
Right.
Things happen, move on, and
Yeah.
build another beautiful life, right? Why do you think that childlike energy क्या होता है कि वो गायब हो जाती है? That
you
creativity,
feel
where does it go?
You feel very caged in your body. You feel like one next move and that's it. My life will just crumble down.
Because some aunties come and say something, that's why. What happens in life?
See,
Childlike energy कहाँ जाती है?
everyone's experience is different.
Yeah.
I think majority of the people lose their experience either by one of their relatives or teachers. Because मैं तो स्कूल में भी बहुत पिटी हूँ यार, बहुत पिटी हूँ मैं स्कूल में।
But
I
you were
was
so
very bad
sweet,
studies.
thoughtful.
I was very bad studies.
so
like
great.
not so bad, but I was bad. I used to try a lot, and I wanted my teachers to know that I am trying.
Yeah.
But they didn't see the trial part. They saw the conclusion part. कि marks नहीं आ रहे, right? So I used to be beaten like a कुछ भी ऐसा कितना भी मार लो type वाला situation. But पहले ऐसा होता था, right? बहुत, like all my friends, majority of my friends actually had the same experience also. So I think your experience, how you grow up, that influence what you do and what you think about yourself. What your parents thought about you, what your teachers thought about you, what your relatives thought about you, and what they constantly told you are. That is what you will think you are. It's very difficult to break that pattern and to not listen to them. But that happens when you actually consciously decide to sit alone and say, yaar, I never decided that I didn't look good. I was told. I actually don't remember how I looked when I was in 9th standard, but I remember that I didn't look good. Only because I was told that I don't look good. I don't know what I look like. If you ask me what you look like 2 years back, I look like really good, really beautiful. If you ask me how do I look now, I'll feel very beautiful. 1,000 people in the room and they'll say that you don't look good, I will feel good. Because, it takes a long time to build the confidence. But again, if you were raised as somebody who was constantly ashamed for a particular part of your body, of a particular area or your area for your life, you will feel that shame for a very long time and you will carry it in your adulthood as well. So I'll do something. Give me your shame. Give me the shame you feel for any particular thing.
Shame?
Yeah. You can't give me, like, if I ask you to give me the book, give me the book.
I can give my hand, but shame, I don't know.
Give me the book.
Okay.
You can give me the book because the book exists, right? The shame doesn't exist. That is why you can't give it to me. Like, it's not a thing that you can give me. It is like that. You can't give shame because it doesn't exist. The shame that we carry in our bodies about any particular thing, it does not exist. It is that we are carrying those comments as a proof of what we are supposed to be. But it does not exist. It's like we are just carrying it forward because we feel very loyal to it. Because we feel that it's true. It is what defines us, but it does not. If you try to actually think, okay, I'm not good looking, okay, look in the mirror and tell me exactly why you feel that you don't look good. If you actually do a little bit of work on yourself and then you try to come back in the same mirror, you will see a very beautiful, different version of yourself. And I say work, I don't mean that, oh, go and get a Botox. Start your physical activity, read a lot, work on something on your own, as work on something that you are excited about. Anything at all. You're excited about something, you're passionate about something. Now the world is open to you. If nobody is listening, social media people will listen to you. They have no work. So everyone is sitting in their homes to support your career. Then they listen to you. You do that, 2-3 things, and you come back in the same mirror, you will not feel the shame. You'll feel excitement. It's like the person standing me is like, wow.
Amazing. Love this thought. Okay, so just to sum up on the book before we get into our very quirky session, it is called this section is viewers' choice questions. But before that, I think there is one question which is this is your first book, second book, third, and you just mentioned that you want to do 2-3 books in a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But AI writers and authors are also picking up. Do you feel any threat with AI?
Absolutely not. AI doesn't have a heart. AI doesn't have experiences. AI can't tell you that it feels hollow and empty. And AI can't tell you that it also has the same feelings as you do. AI will tell you, okay, yeah, you are right to feel this way. AI is just making you dumb by making you believe that everything that you go through in life, it's completely, everyone else's fault, but not your. AI will validate your feelings, but AI won't tell you that, okay, I have had the similar feelings. I've had the same experiences. I've messed up my life as well. I can tell you it's okay. It's going to be all right. AI can write what is already written. AI cannot write anything that is new. AI cannot write experiences of a person who was vulnerable enough to go through life and then say, okay, I messed up this way. Or I tried to seek validation in this way. AI cannot do that. I am not scared of AI. I'm scared for people who use AI because I don't know, what are you doing with your life? What are you building? I'm absolutely not scared of AI. Not at all. Because
that means
the thing
real
is,
experiences and memoirs will pick up because this is something which is first hand.
See, AI cannot write fiction. वो mediocre level का जो fiction होता है ना, वो बस पानी में चाय पत्ती डाल के कोई भी आपको पिला देगा. पर जो actual experience होगा, कुल्हड़ वाली चाय पीने का, वो आपको वही दिला सकता है जो बहुत सालों से कर रहा हो.
सही है.
तो फिक्शन वाला जो एक्सपीरियंस होता है वो राइटर्स ही कर सकते हैं और नॉन फिक्शन में वो एक्सपीरियंस वही कर सकता है who has actually lived life. मेरा बुक इसीलिए चला not because I have some like really great writing skills.
Yeah.
Exceptionally great writing skills. No, मेरा बुक इसलिए चला because it has my real experiences. जो experiences people don't accept about themselves.
Acknowledge.
Like the silent, negative, shameful thoughts that you try to avoid. Because you think कि किसी और के माइंड में ये थॉट्स नहीं आते होंगे, सो मैं भी चुपचाप से अपने माइंड से निकल लेती हूँ क्योंकि मैंने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि मैं ऐसी हूँ या मैंने ये किया था या मैं इस तरीके की इंसान हूँ, तो आई विल हैव टू टेक अकाउंटेबिलिटी एंड आई विल हैव टू काइंड ऑफ बिलीव दैट आई एम नॉट लाइक अदर पीपल. But I actually accept all those things and I tell that, okay, I messed up this way and I think this way. And people who actually think the same things, people who have gone through the similar things, they come back and say, okay, I felt so relieved after reading your book because I could relate to it and I felt no longer lonely with my experiences. So AI cannot do that. AI doesn't have experiences. AI doesn't have a heart and AI doesn't have a life.
All the AIs right now in this room are really going to feel very bad. All the apps that are on.
Yeah. So, but
and they should.
AI doesn't have a life.
AI need to know that human intelligence is supreme intelligence.
Yeah, and it's because we have a life. And we think that when we mess up our life, we are...
But that is also experience.
That is the thing. See, if we think we mess up our life, तो हमने कुछ बहुत बुरा कर दिया है. And अब this life is like completely messed up. But I tell you, life cannot be so messed up that you cannot repair it.
Correct.
Right? And there's the concept of wabi-sabi. If something is broken, उसको इस तरीके से जोड़ दो कि तुम्हें लगे कि अच्छा हुआ कि कुछ तुमसे छूट गया, कि तुम्हारा कुछ टूट गया, तुम्हारा दिल शायद तोड़ना पड़ा था भगवान को क्योंकि कोई और अच्छा इंसान तुम्हारे लिए बैठा था या वो वाला पीरियड वो था जब तुम अपने आप से मिल सको.
अरे वाह, इसी पे मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछना था. Now they're talking about heart. What is happening with relationships and situationships?
Again, I think it's like
इतने दिल टूटते हैं और टूट के फट करके जुड़ भी जाते हैं, I mean, if I think of, I am coming from a different decade, but it used to take us time to repair our heart.
Because it was like real love, no?
No comments on that, but what's happening?
It's again, choices बहुत है, and I think free time बहुत है.
हाँ.
Right. And I'm not saying anything, but maybe
पेरेंट्स ने प्रेशर करना बंद कर दिया है.
पेरेंट्स का प्रेशर
free
भी
time
कम है. So free time as in like see, पहले तो शादियां ही इतनी जल्दी हो जाती है यार, प्ले अराउंड करने का टाइम ही नहीं होता था.
Exactly.
And that is not a good thing, I'm saying. But I'm just telling
But
you
you
that
were
इतनी
hooked and
जल्दी
booked, na? Fat करके.
हाँ, it's like you were already with somebody, and everyone was married by the age of like 25 max to max.
28.
28. Like 28 is like urban, ठीक है, बहुत ही अच्छी
metros.
cities में, metro cities में, but for rural cities, like 25 तक you're not
Yeah.
married, there's something wrong with you.
Correct.
And obviously that culture should not come back. It's gone for good. But now that there's so much time and so many choices are available, and consequences को हमें accountability लेना तो आता ही नहीं है. So we say कि यार the other person was responsible for our
Correct.
emotional trauma. So it's very easy to kind of keep going on Bumble and Tinder and all of these places and keep swiping left and right and thinking, there I'll find my soulmate. Of course you'll find your soulmate. कोई तुम्हारी तरह बेवकूफ बैठा होगा वहां पे. बिकॉज कौन है इतना टाइम है यार जो 50 डेट्स पे जाएगा, फिर वो इधर उधर करेगा, फिर उसको वेरी रेयर की बहुत ही रेयर होगा कि तुम्हें बहुत कोई अच्छा इंसान बम्बल पे मिल जाएगा. अदरवाइज you don't know the kind of men you are meeting on Bumble, especially for women. It's such a safety threat because you don't know like what kind of men are waiting there and what they even want from you. And the situationship and relationships actually a beautiful thing. But situationships is like, theek hai.
The Bumble breed is situationship, right?
Yeah, it's like I have feelings for you, you have feelings for me, but I don't want to commit. So we'll just be together and see. We'll just see how things go. So there's no accountability for other person. When you don't have accountability towards other person and for your own actions, you're free to do anything. And that free will is where this kind of environment is thriving.
Good or bad?
I think bad because you never get to experience like true love. And if that's what you want to do with your life, like you want to do situationships because you are not serious, you're like, I don't want to find love, I just want to have fun, then that's
Fair
okay.
enough.
Yeah, that's your choice. But you should be like very honest to yourself. Okay, that is what I want to do, and that is your choice. भाई मेरी मर्जी है, मैं कैसे भी जीऊँ. सामने वाला बंदा भी situationship के लिए is ready. I am also ready. I am not hurting anybody. You should be very clear to the other person as well that I am just here for fun. It's not like you are, going with the intention of having fun and the other person is investing so much time and emotions in you, and then you are just leaving that person. And then that person actually reads the book, The Art of Being Alone, because उनको लगा क्या यार धोखा मिल गया. अब अकेले रहना है.
थोड़ा टाइम तक. Until such time you swipe left again, right? Left or right?
I have no idea. I don't have ID there.
I have no idea. Good. We were using our brain to say left or right, not, All right. So here are the viewers' choice questions for you. Short, cute, nice punchlines that your toxic boss never liked. Is being alone the same as being lonely?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Being lonely is like I constantly want somebody. I don't feel good in myself. I need somebody to tell me, to be with me and to entertain me. And being with yourself is like, I love the idea of being with myself. I am so good. Why should not I experience my own company? And you have a life to build and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do something in my own company. I'm gonna just enjoy, go back to bed instead of being with you. And I'm going to enjoy the mind that I have. It's like that. It's like coming back home.
Yeah. So let's say 50-50, be with yourself also and be with people also.
Obviously, I love love. I love love. I'm not against love or people being together. I am against the idea of finding somebody just because you want to, feel that void inside you. Because then you are cheating on the other person.
Renuka, I think you have a title. It just struck me. I love love.
Oh, yeah.
That could be your next title. Why do we automatically reach for our phones the moment we are alone?
Because it helps us escape the reality
of coming back home to yourself.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how to do that.
Because if you sit alone, then again, you will have so many thoughts and toxic ideas about yourself that you feel like, okay, I want to avoid it. 5 minutes लोग अकेले बैठते हैं and they'll feel like, okay, I think
They
I'm
get
not doing
hyper.
enough. I'm
They
not
get
doing
hyper.
enough in life and I should be doing more. And, a 20-year-old influencer has a big car, a big house. What am I
Yeah.
doing with my life? So you start to feel useless. You start to feel very bad about yourself and kind of want to escape it.
This reminds me of a very beautiful podcast I did, and I'm going to leave the link with yours also. Beautiful book called Sit Yourself Down.
Oh,
It went a little bit into spiritual world,
Mm.
Buddhism, and all that,
Mm.
but then the premise was
Mm.
primed beautifully about you have to sit yourself down. You're not going to do it
There's
yourself.
no other choice.
There's no other choice.
It's as I say, people are not ambulances. They can't be there for you 24/7.
Yeah.
You just call them, okay, calm down. And they can't because they have their own life.
Mm.
Your friends will have their own mess up reality to deal with. You just have to learn how to belong to yourself in a way that even if life goes left, right, sometimes you can deal with these things yourself without disturbing the other person. Disturbing the other person is good. If you're going through something really difficult, always reach out because your friends, your family members will love to help you,
Correct.
and you have no right to deprive them of that. But again, there will be situations in life that you have to handle alone. It's like self-worth, the idea of self-identity, all of these kind of things that
Correct.
no one can help you but yourself.
Nice. As we grow and evolve, why do we often lose friends along the way?
Because see, if your friends are not going in this growing in the same direction as you are, you will realize there's this distance.
Correct.
You no longer belong in the same box. I no longer feel connected to the friends I had in college because they all are getting married. And the only thing they talk about is like their husband or their sasuma or their nun, which is nothing wrong with, but that is your life and I do not connect with it. Or if somebody is constantly coming back to the same boyfriend fifth time when I told you not to, but I no longer know how to console you on that, right? And I don't know how to connect with your world, with your marriage world. Because my world is different. It's not like your world is better or my world is better or you are married, so that's a bad thing. But it's like very different. I don't know how to now talk about marriage to you. So you will connect to people who are more closer to the kind of life you want. Or if you look up to somebody and you get the chance to talk to them, you will want to talk to them than the friend you have left behind. And that is there's nothing bad in it. Like people shame other people for it. Like, ठीक है तुम थोड़ा सा grow करके तो you left your friends behind. I didn't leave them behind, but I can't hold your hand all the time because I have a life of my own. So let's be adults, right?
Nice. Let's be adults. How can someone enjoy their own company without feeling isolated?
Do things that make you truly
Let's list
excited.
down 3 things.
As in 3 pointers in it.
Yeah, 3 key takeaways for people.
Do things that excites you. Do things that make you happy. It could be dancing. It could be, for some people, it's binge watching Netflix. But if that's what it is, then go for it. But again, do things, anything that make you happy. Second, I think connect with your 10-year-old self in a way that whatever the hobbies that you used to enjoy, bring it back to your adulthood. Because hobbies are so important for us to bring joy in our life. And as we left hobby for a better future, we are realizing अब सिर्फ future ही बचा है. अब वो पता नहीं दिखता कैसा है और एक 9 to 5 बचा है. And उसके बीच में where's joy, right? So connect back to the hobbies that used to make you happy without thinking about how I can monetize it now. Correct. Because now it's all about, okay, I love photography, so can I start an Instagram page? I love how to crochet, but can I start a page of how to, crochet or how to teach people? None of that. Like if you enjoy something, let it be just that. Hobby and third thing is, I think build a new skill. Learn to build new skill or research about something that excites you, grow in your own career in a way that it helps you in certain ways. Because अगर कुछ नहीं कर रहे तो फिर doom scrolling होगी. And at the end of the day, you want to become a better version of yourself. You want to know that who you were like 6 months back or 5 months back, you're actually doing something better than that. And it's not just for the comparison, but as you build new skills, you grow more confidence. Correct. Like I'm living in a PG setup, and just beside my room there's a girl who is a musician and she knows how to play piano, and I'm asking her, teach me how to play piano. And I'm not going to learn like complete piano because that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Just 2-3 tunes,
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you learn things, it will help you realize that you're actually really smart.
Yeah.
And don't be mad at yourself for not being good at it the
Perfecting.
first trial.
Hmm.
So just learn new skill. Anything that comes to your mind. कुछ नहीं तो एक particular language that you like, उसमें normal conversations hold करना सीखो. If you, let's say that you go to Italy, everyone has a dream of going to Italy. Why not learn Italian? And not just like complete Italian. Follow some Italian influencers or some pages of that, and then learn to introduce yourself, learn to talk about yourself in Italian, learn to, how, if you go there actually, then how will you order stuff? How will you ask for the directions? How will you ask the other person how they are doing? Just learn these simple things and you will realize how fun it is to be alone.
Very good idea. So we keep talking about doom scrolling, and actually I've changed the word to dumb scrolling because
True.
doomsday तो बहुत दूर है. पहले कल तक तो dumb तो बन ही जाओगे, and then eventually doomsday भी आ ही जाएगा. You know. Wow, very interesting questions that have come from the internet for you. Why do we compare our lives with others even when we know it makes us unhappy?
Because we think that there is more we can do.
Constantly
more वाला है. एक तो वो influencers जो है, motivational influencers, they have told us कि never give up and you should always strive for more. You should always strive to be the best version of yourself. मुझे पता नहीं है best version है क्या, because everyone is trying to be the best version of themselves 4th time in a month. What that best version is, I don't know, because these influences are not helping you in any way. It's like pushing you to be the best version, and now you think, okay, somebody else is actually, they are better than you because they have it all.
Yeah.
And nobody has it all. Nobody.
Yeah.
Like, you actually sit with people, you'll think. Because I actually started thinking a lot about, how some people do get everything after my knee surgery, because I was bedridden for such a long time. And if I wanted to do something, I could not, physically so restricted. So I was like, some people do get everything, but they don't. Because when you actually sit down with people, you realize how messed up everyone's life is. One area, 2 areas of everyone's life is very messed up. And that happens when you, again, you're spending too much time on social media and you're not connecting with real life people. If you connect with real life people and talk to them, you will realize that everyone's life is messed up and you should be grateful for whatever you have.
Perfect.
Like 3 meals, a roof over your head, a body that works, parents that are alive and are with you. What more you want? Anything more you want, you can always give it to yourself with time. It will take time. Influencers and all this self-help books, उन्होंने 1 साल में तुमको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा if you do this. 5 years plan बना लो. But the thing is, the hard truth about life is, you can want what you want, but you will get it when you're supposed to get it. And that might be, your dream life may arrive in your 40s. Your dream life may arrive in your 50s. But उससे पहले वाली जो जिंदगी होगी, you can't hate yourself.
उसको जी लो.
The thing is, you can't hate yourself into the life that you will love. अपने आप से नफरत करके एक अच्छी जिंदगी जो तुम्हें लगता है you will love, you can't build that, right? So if you talk to real people, you'll realize that वो jealousy वाला factor तब आएगा जब actually jealous करने लायक कुछ होगा. Nobody is completely 100% happy. The only people who are happy are the ones who are like very rebellious against nature. Ki, okay, God gave me this particular bad situation, I am still going to be happy. Like, people who are like, no matter what happens, I will find something to rely on. Some sort of joy I will find. If nothing else, for me particularly in this situation, I can't do anything, at least I can read. Such a good thing. Ki, I am bedridden, I can't do much. How many books I can read? So much to grateful for, so much time I have been given. So if you just change your perspective a little and you focus on your life a little more, you will see that there is so much joy to be found in the stillness. तुम्हें लग रहा है कि तुम्हारी life में कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, because there's so much stillness. You're not going here and there. You're not taking 20 flights. You're not taking 20 flights in a year. Because every influencer is like, oh, I'm in Bali, and then the next month I was in, Goa, and I was doing this and that. And all of this will make you obviously jealous because they are your same age, and how come they get to live the life that they are living? Obviously, they are doing something, they are doing hard work as well. But for a person who is doing 9 to 5, थक हार के तुम घर पे आते हो और तुम्हें लगता है कि यार सब कुछ तो बाकी लोगों को मिल गया, तो वहाँ से फोकस हटा दो, because उनको भी बाकी सब इसीलिए मिल रहा है because your attention is there, right? So if you focus a little bit of your attention on your own life and you actually make a conscious effort to do something, if nothing else, again, कुछ नहीं मिल रहा खुश होने के लिए, तो start with a morning coffee. Like, really enjoy it. Learn to enjoy your morning coffee. and you will find so much joy in it.
Or maybe morning chai.
Morning chai, yeah, whatever makes you happy. Morning hot water, nibu pani,
Wonderful.
anything.
The last PCQ question. What is one simple habit people can start to reconnect with themselves in a noisy world? I think you answered that already.
Yeah, just spend some time alone. और अगर कुछ time alone नहीं निकाल पा रहे हो, like let's say you have a job and you have a lot of responsibilities, you have to connect with a lot of people, anything, just start spending like 10 minutes before bed and 10 minutes after you're waking up with yourself, so that if you wake up with just yourself 10 minutes, no doom scrolling, nothing else, you'll actually have the idea of what you want to do in your life.
Correct.
Like what do you want to do in your day? How do you want to start your day? What do you want to do in the entire day? And that might not be like everyday thing, because it's like, okay, I'm going to phone hi chala leti. It's okay, but like try to give yourself 10 to 15 minutes of your morning time and try not to connect with anybody in this time. I'm not asking you to meditate and become a yogi or something, but just like again, sit with your morning coffee a little longer, do yoga a little bit, or just go for a walk first thing in the morning. Any kind of activity first thing in the morning that helps you to connect with yourself, I think that helps you a lot in stabilizing your mind that this is your life and you don't want to give your time away to anybody. And then 10 minutes before going to bed, so that you can know. And I think people should do it to see first how you spent your day, what you did for yourself. First thing you should ask yourself before you go to bed, these 10 minutes, what did you do for yourself and how you treated yourself.
How you treated yourself.
It's very important. And you will realize it more often than not. People don't treat you badly. You treat yourself badly by allowing them to say anything to you, or you don't communicate your boundaries better. I think these 10 minutes of reflections can help a person a lot.
Wow. I can't wait, Renuka, for your third book to be out.
Thank you.
And we should definitely be talking about that book.
Yeah, definitely.
I am going to read your book so beautifully and I'm so excited to read them. I hope if you found any value, I think every word that Renuka said was so beautiful and so intelligent, and she is so beautiful, and everybody is everybody is,
yeah.
Yeah.
You just change your perspective for yourself and you'll see
I love so,
exactly.
Yeah. और वो तो confidence होना भी चाहिए ना life में.
Yeah, some confidence is important.
Your parents created you for nothing but good.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think all this universe existed, all these people existed. इतनी population है. तुम्हारी need तो नहीं थी. So if you are here, there's a purpose.
Then you're
something
important.
Was missing. Something would have been missing if you were not there, So it's important for anyone to treat themselves like a precious, precious person.
Absolutely. Every life is precious. Every human being is precious.
Definitely.
And I inherently believe everybody is beautiful.
Everybody is true.
Thank you so much. So loved speaking with you.
Much.
Hello and welcome to the PVT Show podcast. I am your host, Poonam Vijay Thakkar. On this show, I bring to you conversations with leading authors and top leaders who energize the mind, challenge the norms, and awaken a purpose. It's all about conscious growth with one powerful book and one powerful story at a time.